What a day for Tani Seagrave. Finally, she wins Fort William. And Seagrave gets off the track there. She gets disqualified. Rachel Atherton is back on top. Oh, she goes fastest. Wow, what a run from Tani. It's not over yet, of course. Hashnik then towards the line. She goes third. Tani Seagrave wins in Vallnord.
Seagrave's hunt on the Queen of Downhill, Rachel Atherton, is on.
Today belongs to Anne-Marie Piron. Piron with back-to-back World Cup wins. Wow, what a season this man is having.
Can he get 4 in a row?
I can do it.
Anne-Marie Piron now. Oh, pushing hard there. It's green. This is fast from Piron. It's a huge run.
Stop number 5 of the Mercedes-Benz UCI Downhill World Cup 2018 takes us to high altitude in the Pyrenees. The independent Principality of Andorra is sandwiched in the eastern part of the mountain range between Spain and France. From spring to fall, the mountains feature perfect terrain for biking. There is a great atmosphere at the starting area. It's the only stop where the pits are on top of the mountain, from where the track channels down to the city of La Massana. The World Cup track in Andorra measures 2.5 kilometres in length. It has a vertical drop of 616 metres and an average steepness of 25%. In comparison to the other 6 courses, Vallnord's track factors show that it has the most corners and steep sections and is one of the most technically challenging on the circuit. CG's show, a jump line with 2 back-to-back jumps where riders need to clear a 12, then a 9-metre gap at high speed. Mercedes-Benz area, a steep off-camber section, followed by tricky right and left turns. Credit Andorra Bridge, in wet conditions, tricky to ride, and it's followed by a steep and blown-out surface. GoPro Wall, with a 75% gradient, the steepest part on the course, and the last section before the track opens up again. Arinsal Jump, a step down with a flat landing, followed by a tricky right-hand berm straight into the finish. Miriam Nicole is still out after a crash in training before the last race in Italy. Rachel Atherton won qualifying and will try to extend her lead in the World Cup over Tani Seagrave, who will take a stab at her 3rd World Cup win.
Eleonora Farina then leading at the moment here in Vallnord, but there's plenty of fast women left at the top, and this is one of them. Monica Rashnik, the surprise package of the race, the World Cup the weekend before in Italy, where she took 3rd place, just 1.6 seconds off the win there. The first ever Slovenian to get on a World Cup podium. Plus 10 back though. But look at it, split 1 to split 2. Something has happened. I'm guessing Rashnik has hit the ground. Let's see how fast she is then through the bridge key section. Looks to be carrying good pace. So steep down here, and she goes fastest through the bridge key section then. 5 thousandths faster than the woman in a hot seat at the moment. But it's going to be to no avail. Still over 9 seconds back. And Rashnik, you have to say, looking good down here. So the last couple of turns then. Just got to slot the bike in those ruts, get off the brakes as early as you can. Off the finish line drop, down towards this big berm then. Rashnik isn't going to repeat the success of a week before. She goes into 5th place. One thing's for sure though, there's a new wave of women attacking the establishment.
For many races, it has been Miriam Nicole, Rachel Atherton, Tani Seagrave or Tracy Hannah. Not anymore.
Yeah, it's great to see the new girls coming onto the podium. You know, they've been racing for a long time, a lot of years, and seeing them progress up through the ranks. You know, I've been watching them and very impressed with their riding, and their technical ability is just getting better each year. And
coming off her first ever World Cup podium, Italy's Veronica Widman looks to get even closer to the very best.
Times get closer and closer. Like maybe a few years ago the gap was a lot, and now everyone is pushing, and I was like 9 seconds from first place, and even behind me, I think 6th, 7th, 8th was just 1 second off me. So that means it's getting more excited, and I think it's really cool.
Spearheading the new guard in women's downhill is Slovenia's Monika Rastnik.
Yeah, I was very nervous first time. I love Val di Sole. Because for me it's better steep and technical track.
Val di Sole marked Rastnik's second straight podium, something no Slovenian rider has ever done. The dark horse Marine Cabirou, who recorded her best ever World Cup result with a 3rd in Vallnord a year ago.
This weekend I think maybe on the top 5 it's really cool, because last weekend I crashed during my final run, and it's really cool to be on the podium this weekend on this track. I like it. Yeah, on the overall I'm back on the 7th place. The top 5 is really the objective, and we will see.
The old guard is under attack as new riders are up and coming in the World Cup.
France's hope for the future, Marine Cabirou, they're sitting in 3rd place. Tani Seagrave is at the top. And this is Veronica Widman, unable to repeat the performance that saw her get on the podium in Val di Sole. It'll be 14th for her today. Tani Seagrave then, trying to ride herself back into this World Cup. Disqualified in Leogang, the winner a week ago in Val di Sole. Never won here in Vallnord though. Again, it wasn't the best qualifier from Seagrave, but she has a habit of turning things on in the final. Does the 2012 Junior World Cup champion. 11 seconds up though. Massively into the green. So steep down here. You need ropes to get down the side of it if you're a spectator. But the advantage going up massively. 12.5 seconds now. Rachel Atherton still at the top. And this is going to put the pressure on her shoulders, because this looks like a great run from Tani Seagrave. The winner of 2 races already this year. Seagrave sends the snap down big. Comes towards the line. What's the time? Oh, it's a 4:49.8. 14 seconds into the green. Well, can anyone beat that? Seagrave raises the bar. Tracy Hannah then in the start hut. 3 times on the podium this year, no wins so far. 2nd on the steep sections, 3rd through the technical and the corners out of qualifiers yesterday. And you can see the Virgil straight there. Gap staying much the same between her and Seagrave, but she is some way back. A year ago, she was fastest at the first 2 splits before she crossed out. But it's nearly 5 seconds back then for Hannah. She'll do well to find that amount of time between here and the bottom, especially with Seagrave looking absolutely faultless really down here. Loses more time. Second here in 2016, took the bronze medal at the World Championships here in 2015. But today, well, she's not going to threaten Seagrave, but it should be good enough to see her go second fastest. Hannah sprints for the line, and she does go into second place, 8.6 seconds back. Seagrave is sitting pretty at the moment. Hannah takes her spot on the hot seat. Seagrave looks on. Well, this will be the biggest test of Seagrave's time yet. Rachel Atherton, the winner on this track 4 times. One of those a world championship, and look at the number ones in the performance on track yesterday. Fastest in every department on this course. And she's up by nearly 4 seconds. Well, Seagrave's right to look nervous. Rachel Atherton will be fuel. She gets kicked and she goes off the track just like that. And Tani Seagrave will win. There's no way back for Rachel Atherton. She can hardly believe it. Of course, she left the track earlier in the year and paid the price for it. Atherton will still get to the bottom and claim some points today. Oh, what a drama-filled race we've had then. Atherton losing out by 0.1 of a second last week in Vallnord. The World Cup is in the balance now. She goes across the line in second place. Damage limitation has been done, but it's Tani Seagrave who takes her first win here in Vallnord and Dora. And Rachel Atherton, well, so close, but so far. Tani Seagrave, 2 weeks racing, back-to-back wins. What a season she is now having.
Tracy Hannah finishes strong in third place. Rachel Atherton, despite her crash, took second, and Tani Seagrave, her third win of the season.
I knew for a fact that she was going to be stronger than me no matter what. After qualies yesterday, my run wasn't great, but it was still pretty solid, so I knew I had a lot of work to do. I knew that if I was going to win it, it was going to be on the bottom, and I needed to be real smart and not push too hard.
Tani Seagrave shortened the gap to Rachel Atherton down to 80 points in the overall standings. Tracy Hannah now in third in front of Miriam Nicole.
Tani Seagrave then, 3 wins in 2018. The race for the World Cup is well and truly on.
Now it's over to the men's race without the all-time favourite Aaron Gwyn. He decided to skip the race to recover from his injured thumb. All eyes are on the young Frenchman with the leader's jersey, Amaury Pierron. He can write history here in Vallnord by taking his 4th victory in a row after his maiden win. But Lucas Shaw won qualifying while his teammate Loris Vergier crashed and has to start early.
Finn Isles then, the rookie. Ahead of his teammate Loic Bruni. He's had a good run there. Will it stand the test? Here is Loris Vergier then, one fast Frenchman. 11th in qualifying, but 2nd in the technical and the corners. Crashed on the very first turn last week in Vallnord. Coming in here with some pace though. Absolutely flying, the Santa Cruz Syndicate rider. Isles, the 2:59. Oh, look at that. Vergier smashes it. Nearly 4 seconds ahead. Incredible. 3 times second at World Cups, Loris Vergier. Carrying so much speed and pace down this lower steeps. Wow. Absolutely hauling here. Extends again over 4 seconds now for Vergier. You can see how hard he's pushing. And Finn Isles looks on. This is going to destroy his time, I think. Vergier sprints to the line. It's a 4:04. Vergier takes the lead. Brett Bernard looks on. Vergier. Will that be enough to secure him his first ever World Cup? What we saw of it, it looked perfect. Sam Blenkentop's run didn't go quite as planned. Just inside the top 20 for him. And last year's winner, Troy Brosnan, unable to refine that speed, but he would end up inside the top 10. Emily Pierron having a sensational season, the real surprise package of this year. I don't think anyone saw 3 World Cup wins back-to-back coming, but that's what he's done. A 4th one here today would see him as the only rider ever to go on from his first World Cup win to win 4 in a row. But he's back. Less than a second though. Very doable on a track like this. You can see the Virgil straight. Not much in it now, losing a little time it looks to Vergier. As we go on bike with him there. Takes that wide line. The French are back on the top of downhill World Cup racing. 2.2 back now for Pierron. He has been absolutely incredible. This is the one he wants to win though today. Just outside the Common South Factory, the team that he rides for. God, so fast down the bottom here. Vergier nervously looks on. So is Amaury Pierron going to make it 4 in a row? He goes outside the time of Vergier. 2nd place for Pierron today. Look at the relief on Loris Vergier's face. It's a great run from Pierron, but not quite good enough. And looking at the zone analysis there, Pierron a little mistake at the end of sector 1. Not much in it, Vergier just having the edge with the pace all the way down. Still only 26 years old. It seems like this man has been around forever. Brooke MacDonald, 4th in qualification. 3rd through the corners in that qualification run. Up tight against the tree there, straight out the gate, he means business. Had his first ever World Cup race here actually 10 years ago now, can you believe? And he's 2.4 back then at split number 3. If you can get off the brakes down here, you can carry so much speed and make up so much time. Look how fast McDonald's going. 2 top 10s this year. It's the resurgent Brooke MacDonald, pulling some time back then on Vergier. 10th in the World Cup in 2015. A couple of years he'd rather forget. But MacDonald pushing hard here in this bottom of this turn. He's nearly given Vergier a heart attack. A broken collarbone at round 1 where he was fastest qualifier. He has recovered though. He goes into 3rd place. Just 1.6 seconds back. The Bulldog's tail is wagging again. 2 years in the wilderness. Back on the brand that he won his only World Cup with. And the Bulldog is once again flying as we go to the top now for his teammate.
Determined, ambitious and fast. And almost always smiling.
With the 2018 season, I kind of set a goal higher than I had before, and that was to kind of end the year in a top 5 overall position.
Laurie Greenland didn't just splash onto the scene, he is part of a new generation of downhill prodigies.
It's been a bit of a bigger ask than normal, and yeah, it's gone really well so far. I'm sitting 2nd in the rankings, which is, yeah, that's a full-on dream for me.
A dream that didn't start like one. A disappointing 7th place in Lodz in Croatia was followed up with a 16th place finish in Fort William.
It's about that trust in yourself of building how you like to build. I build quite slowly through the weekend up to the finals, and just having the kind of the head strength to know that it's going to all kind of work out come the final run.
Things finally clicked for Greenland in Leogang, Austria. He not only managed to get 3rd, but also came within striking distance of race winner Amaury Pierron. Val di Sole 3 weeks later, Laurie excelled again.
Well, I don't think it's got to be a fully dangerous run to win there, but I do feel like to do well at Val di Sole, you really do have to be kind of close to that limit. You need to be on the good side of what your limit is for sure.
Straight over the top of that rock there. This is fast for Greenland. Fast and direct. My goodness.
It's a really hard one to judge there because you do have to be right on that limit.
He's definitely coming to form as this season goes on. Wow, what a run from Greenland.
Yeah, I guess third in Leogang, second in Vallnord. It's well, naturally you're gonna go for the one plate race, I guess, or the #1 result. But it's what I'm trying to do every weekend anyway. It doesn't change. It's yeah, same approach for sure. Go for the win.
One thing's for sure, if he does win, he'll do so in style.
Vergier then, sweating well in the hot seat. And that's not because of the heat here. It's because there's only a few riders left to go. Greenland then makes his bid. Third in qualifying, fastest in the steep parts of this track. And that really is the whole bottom half of this course. Look at the pace of the man as we go on bike with him. Wow. Outside the time of Vergier though, that split. A little way back, 3.7. Interesting. He'll do well to pull that back, will Greenland. Lost a lot of time between splits 2 and 3. Pulls a little bit back now. This man became the junior world champion here in 2015 on this very track. Third in Leogang, second in Vallnord last weekend. If things go as they do in that order, he'd take the win today, but he's going to be outside that time of Vergier. Already goes by. Greenland crosses the line in 4. 3.7 back for him. A great run, a shake of the head. Greenland was looking for more. The 2016 winner here, Danny Hart, couldn't match the speed of that run. He would end up 6th. And it's a good job Loris Vergier's got gloves on because those fingernails would be gone. His teammate only now remaining at the top, the fastest qualifier for the 3rd time this year. Lucas Shaw takes to the track. The man really who has been faster than anyone. Fastest qualifier in Fort William, a puncher. Fastest qualifier in Leogang, crashed. What can he do today? All the pressure on this man's shoulders, but he said it doesn't bother him. But he's already outside the time of his teammate. By quite some margin, over 4 seconds then. Surprising from Shaw. And Vergier can start to believe he's done it. Lucas Shaw, the fastest man as well on the bottom half of the track in Vallnord last week. So smooth, such an effortless style. It's actually hard to tell if this man's trying or not. Believe me, he is. So fast down here, linking up. He's gone down. Shaw crashes out. And that means that Loris Vergier is going to win his first ever World Cup. It's been a long time coming for the Frenchman, but he has done it. Lucas Shaw's going to have to wait another day. The speed is there, the consistency isn't. This one belongs to Loris Vergier. Absolutely incredible. France wins again. This time though, it's a different name at the top of the list. Loic Bruni in there, the world champion, to congratulate his former teammate. These two like brothers. And Shaw can only look on and wonder what might have been. Emotional scenes in Vallnord.
Another podium for Laurie Greenland in 4th, Brooke MacDonald with a strong 3rd place finish behind the overall leader Pierron. Loris Vergier finally took his first ever World Cup win.
It's just like all your life you're chasing something and your hard work pays off, and yeah, I can't really talk right now, I'm like this, but I'm stoked.
Laurie Greenland sits strong in 3rd in front of Troy Brosnan. Pierron is now 280 points clear of Vergier and could clinch the overall title at the next stop in Mont-Sainte-Anne.
I'm happy for him. A bit disappointed for me because 4 in a row.
would be so sick on the for his story, you know. But it's okay. It's Lewis. It's I'm happy. I'm really happy to be second. I keep the overall with few more points. And Lewis is now second. So no, it's a good weekend.
Vive la France! Vergier, 3 times second, finally puts it onto the top step. Only 2 races left in this year's World Cup, and the next one is an absolute classic. Mont-Saint-Anne in Canada awaits. What a day!